Hi everyone, it's Andrew here to shoot my video about history of Shelburne. I'm here at Natasha Patterson Park. I found out from a friend that there were some buildings here and they used them as a museum for a certain amount of time. And it's right over on this side of the park. They used to be right back there. And so I found lots of interesting things. Hello everyone, here I am at the Museum of Dufferin, corner of Airport Road and Highway 89, I believe that's what it is. Anyway, so here I am. It's a rainy, wet day, a good time to do some research, so I wanted to confirm some stuff that I've been looking at in the Natasha Patterson Park. Well, here I am inside the Crombies Rail Station, and it's a pretty neat little place. It was from a small village stop between Orangeville and Shelburne, and it's kind of cool. When they renovated this place and brought it here, they had to replace some of the boards at the bottom, but the neat thing is they have lots of spots where people signed the wall boards when they're waiting for the train to come to the Crombies Station. It's kind of cool. I took a few pictures of that. You'll be able to see that. For instance, here's somebody from Grand Valley. Hello everyone, what a beautiful afternoon. It's about 15 degrees outside. It's a gorgeous fall day and a perfect time to come out and check out this area behind me. Right behind me there used to be a train station. It was a flag station, so people would wait there, and when they heard the train coming they'd step outside and wave a flag. There was a green and white flag saying, "I'd like to get it picked up." And this here railroad used to be called the Toronto Grey Bruce Rail Line, and in 1882 they built this little tiny station outside of town right here. So I'm going to try and discover the area. Where was that train station exactly? I know it's between here and the other road, but that's all the information I know, and I know there's been a lot of work here, so it may be a bit of a hard hunt. We'll see what we can find. Alright, wish me luck. Oh, this is my first big target, a big square nut. Look at that. There's my next target, a nice big old bolt, around top, very cool, heavy. Well, here's my first railroad spike, such a big strong signal. Look at that thing. Well, I'm not too sure about this, but here's an interesting looking item. A circle with a square hole in it, and another one just like it. Not too sure what that would be, but it might be an evidence of a building or something, but then again, who knows. Well, there's another rail spike, just got out of the ground closer to the top near the trail. Anyway, on to the next one. This one sure had a nice tone to it, bringing up a bouncy signal into the 90s, even a lot of 80s. And well, here it is, top of a spike. Here's a big signal right here. That's a big metal plate right down in there. I'm not going to dig it out because it's very big. I think it even goes way over here. You can see extends beyond. Pretty good. Yeah, so anyway, but that's a good sign. Maybe this was a spot. It's probably one of those railroad tie connectors where they're connecting two together. Nice big object. Neat. I'm going to leave it in the ground. Here's another big bolt, or nut, I mean. Big square nut. It was giving off a 48 to 56 signal. That's why I dug it. Bit of a different signal. A little different than the iron ones I've been getting. But here it is, big iron. I'm in an area right here. Looks fairly promising. Got a couple of old tanks, and some old cement and stone kind of piled up right in here. It's gonna be really hard to get in there and swing around. I've been swinging along this area here, along the track. You can see the tracks down there, and I haven't got a lot of tones up here, but I thought this was a good spot for the train station. It's a bit elevated off the track. Anyway, hopefully you can find a bit more clues here. This is definitely a possibility. This hydro line, by the way, is coming from, you can probably even hear it. You hear a little buzzing sound. Anyway, it's coming from the field of windmills. Well, I think I have the best evidence of the spot right here. This is something very big in iron right here, like an iron. It goes quite a ways, way over to there. Big hunk of iron, and I'm going to pick it out, or dig it out. It's going to be too much work anyway. But around that, I found this. That looks like old concrete right there. Very, very old concrete. And they may have made a concrete platform at some time around that station. In this here area, I'm going to put that all back, stomp it down. And this area here is quite a bit higher than the trail, right here. The big open area like this, up in the, off the trail, or off the train track. And it's a fairly level spot. And I've been swinging through here, getting a lot of signals. So I'm kind of thinking this is the spot, right here, where the train station probably was. Yeah, it looks really good from where I'm standing. What do you think? I've just pulled an old strap out of the ground right here. Yeah, it's quite a long strap. Definitely another bit of evidence. I'm up here still on this little hill off the train track. I think this is the spot. Okay, so here I am on the trail or train track, and I'm getting close to the other road. And I would believe that it would be closer to that road anyway. That's a main road over there. The other one's a bit of a side road. And if you look at some of the clues here as well, like that's a raised bit of ground. I didn't see any real pathway over to it, but they probably had to dig an extra ditch along the hydro line anyway. If there was a path up there, it would have been dug. And another big clue here is all these pine trees. They don't look very young. They've been here a while, and they probably sheltered from the westerly winds. They sheltered the train station because the west is that way. And if you think about it, like this train station would have been wide open in the wild here, quite a ways from any civilization. I know there's a couple of houses nearby. But yeah, it was likely quite open on these fields back when the day was, when the storms would come by. It'd be pretty terrible, I think, waiting in that. That little train station has a wood stove and places to keep warm. So, but anyway, I think I found it. I think this would be it. We'll see what we could see from some of the pictures in history. I'm not too sure exactly if we're going to be able to find some, but I think we'll be able to find some. At least maybe of the 1960s when they moved that train station off to the museum in Shelburne. Well, I just found a little more evidence of human activity here. Take a look. That's an old pop can. It's probably 1960s, maybe even a bit older than that. Yeah, it's got that pull kind of tab on top. A bit of aluminum on it, but again, a lot of tin as well. Anyway, that's just down from where I was just before. I was down in that direction, and yeah, so now I'm more in the middle of where these pine trees are, and maybe this is the better spot for it. But who knows? Again, I'm just guessing. So, but these clues kind of help out. This is definitely a clue of more human activity and less industrial activity like the other spot was. Well, anyway. Alright, yeah, look at this. This is a big old handle. You can imagine it's broken here. And yeah, it's very close to where that pop can was. There's this tree right here. That's kind of a bit of a scrub tree, I know. But also, it could be an apple tree. maybe people were eating apples here. Anyway, yeah, more evidence, I think, of human activity. A little more different than just train activity. Well, I just dug this spike a few feet over. That's expected. This here is kind of interesting. We're again close to that pop can. You got another tin kind of thing. And from that hole, I'm pulling out some little interesting objects. This one's really interesting to me. It kind of looks like melted something or other. It's not metallic. Not getting, oh, maybe it is. Oh, that's coming from my shovel. Yeah. Anyway, it's not metallic, but it's melted something. And that kind of indicates there had been fire or refuse from a fire right here. And that makes sense, because they had a fire wood stove in the train station for sure, just to keep warm in the winter. And yeah, so maybe this is definitely very close again, very close to that apple-y looking tree there. Yeah. Anyway, I think I found it. Well, thanks for taking a walk with me. It was quite the adventure. I think I found some neat railroad relics. And I think I have a pretty good idea where that train station was. Anyway, it's a lot of fun walking along and doing this kind of hike and just trying to figure out where things used to be. And yeah, always it was a fun thing when I was a kid to do that kind of stuff too, just to let my imagination go wild. Anyway, now we got some justification. Anyway, thanks for taking a break again. And I guess it's time for me to head back home and get back to life. Alright, catch you on the next adventure.